Hello and welcome to Sik'ar Reviews. And I am going to review the Kristoff GC Signature Series. First thing to note here is you may wonder, what is the GC? This I didn't know because I had never had a Kristoff cigar in my life and still haven't. Right now you are watching me having never had a Kristoff. GC stands for Glenn Case. Glenn Case is the owner and creator of Kristoff Cigars. Like H. Upman, he was a banker before he got into cigars about 8 years ago. Well, it was 2006, so that's now 10 years. Or no, it was 2004. So, yeah, 2004. So it's been 12 years now that these have been around. They're fairly quick growing, but, you know, I don't see them everywhere still. Now, you're probably wondering, where does the name Kristoff come from if the owner and creator's name is Glenn and Case? It's not a last name, it's not a first name. It's named after his son, much like Alec Bradley Cigars, named after his sons Alec and Bradley. Kristoff Cigars is named for his son Christopher Kristoff. He also has a daughter named Brittany, and he's got a line called the Britannia Reserve, which is named after his daughter. Now, looking at the aesthetics of this cigar, besides having a very nice looking band, it's got this wonderful pigtail, very knotted, and it's got a closed foot on it. And I always wonder with a closed foot, should I trim it at all before lighting it? I never have, but it always crosses my mind. Not too many cigars have the pigtail, but I usually like when a cigar does. This is a very nice, firm cigar. No squishiness. Slight cracking to it, which is just about the perfect sound I like to hear from a cigar. Kind of a mossy, earthy scent coming off the wrapper, which I can actually visibly see as being oily. I can see shiny marks on this, like somebody had touched it with greasy fingers. This is absolutely a beautiful looking leaf on here. Even though there are the stems, I don't really care so much. In fact, right here, that's fine by me. In fact, I think that looks gorgeous the way that it is. In fact, this cigar, in my opinion, is almost a work of art the way that it looks. Now you can see where it's rolled, but, you know, it's not a big deal. Slight sweet sugary scent off the foot, which is very common. Let me get my ashtray up here. And because of this awkward pigtail, I can't use a hole punch, and I don't have my cutter nearby, so oh, that's not going to work. I was going to V-cut this. I guess I will have to try to hole punch. It's not something I like to. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that either. I'm kind of at a loss here. Isn't that weird? I can't find a cutter while doing a video. I'm probably going to drive you guys crazy. Unprepared, unprofessional. Yep, that's me. I'm just going to go ahead and try this anyways. Okay, V-cut worked, but as you can see, it barely V-cut at all. In fact, it still looks like a, you know, much like the flat head. The head on this is very flat. A semi-tight draw. It shouldn't be an issue. Kind of a fruity flavor off the dry puff. I'm going to go ahead and light this up. Got to burn away that excess. Nice smoke output. I was worried about the draw. Kind of a woodsy taste, right in the front here, with a bit of espresso. A little bit of a pure cocoa flavor. Now this wrapper is a very beautiful Brazilian Maduro wrapper, with a Honduran binder and double to triple fermented Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan long fillers. Another interesting thing about this is they are all Cuban seed, which means they're all essentially Habanos. This is a Habano Puros, I suppose you could call it. Habano just means from Havana seeds, or from, from Havana seeds. No other way to look at it. They classify this as a full-bodied cigar. I have not been able to make a determination yet. Nice finish here. A lot of coffee notes coming in the finish. This is a 5.5 inch by 54 ring gauge Robusto. Comes in at $8.70 a stick if you buy it by 5-pack on CI. And again, this is a Kristoff GC Signature Series. Really, really tasty. I'm still not getting anything I'd call full-bodied, but the flavors are intense. There's a bit of a kind of real fruity here. I'm going to say apricot. It's kind of got that tang that kind of hits the roof of the mouth. Just apricots have that peculiar flavor, and I think this tastes quite a bit like one. Real nice smoke output. I was not expecting that off this. I've been looking forward to trying a Kristoff cigar now for over 2 years. This is compliments of Johnny Sticks. I greatly appreciate this. This is, to me, this is one of those legendary cigars that I've just really wanted to try. In my mind, I built this up to be like this king of cigars, and for some reason I really wanted to try the Kristoff so badly. I just never saw where it was affordable for me to do so. So this is totally awesome. It's like I don't know. It's I don't want to say unicorn, because unicorn's something that you like, that you want to chase down. But this was definitely on that list of like fabled cigars that I just wanted to try. And for no other reason than I put it in my own head that I wanted it that bad. Great output. Coffee, espresso, and fruit. Anyways, I'm going to see if I can find any other information out or anything. Surprisingly, I was struggling to find anything on this cigar, but other than the owner's name, and I always try to bring you the blender. Oh, speaking of the blender, Kristoff Cigar's website says that they have their own blenders who are Cuban expatriates who've come to the country, and they are blending his cigars. However, he's the final say, so he doesn't exactly blend, but when a blend does come about that he appreciates, it gets a stamp of approval, so. Well, the beginning puffs of this may be one of the finest cigars I think I've ever smoked. But, anyways, we'll get to the halfway point. I'll let you know how this progresses and whether my thoughts still stay that way. See you shortly. Hello and welcome back to the halfway point of this Kristoff GC Signature Series. One thing I'd like to mention here, if you can see that, that is one of the firmest ashes I have ever had come off a cigar. In fact, I could probably pick this up. You can't usually do that with ash. Usually it'll fall apart if you even touch it so slightly, and I kind of thought that my ash was going to come off, so I tapped it off, and I really had to put some pressure into it to force it off. Now, talking about flavors on this, it's got a nice, somewhat spicy kick. It's zesty, but it's not too peppery. I don't know, it's like mango chutney almost. It's sweet and spicy. Just nice. It's got the apricot flavor mixed in with a little bit of like an espresso cocoa, and then crossed with the spice. And it is very pleasant. I'm still astonished by this cigar, and really enjoying it. So I was hoping to have some other notes for you. There, just knocked off my ash again. It has almost no cherry on this, but that's okay by me. But as I was saying, I was looking for more notes. There's really nothing else on the Kristoff GC. Why he decided on this being the signature blend. Now, according to Cigar International, the one thing I haven't mentioned is apparently Glenn Case, this is his favorite cigar out of the Kristoff line. I could see why, but I haven't tried the other ones, so I have nothing to compare it to yet on its own. But I've had no other cigar that has this type of flavor to it. I've had so many cigars, but this kind of almost has a rich, loamy, kind of mossy flavor going in with the apricots too. It's nice. So anyways, other than giving this all sorts of props at this point for being a great cigar through the halfway point, I can't tell you the overall yet, so I will continue smoking this and let you know how this continues to go. See you shortly. Hello and welcome back to the final third of this Kristoff GC Signature Series. And the apricot flavor is kind of pretty much gone, and replaced mostly by an espresso flavor with some hints of like pure cocoa. Not terribly bitter or anything. There's a bit of spice, particularly that remains on the lips, a bit of tingling. Very nice cigar. It's gotten full bodied in the final third, but the first two thirds were kind of medium bodied. I like how it's changed in strength. This has been very pleasing cigar. Very long burning. It has not disappointed me for my expectations of Kristoff cigars. As I said, it was a cigar that I really wanted to try. I had high expectations for it. It's a beautiful looking cigar, well rolled. Even though there was a slight tight draw on the dry puff, it's been flawless throughout. I highly recommend getting some of these if you can. The Kristoff GC. I got 3 more Kristoffs to try, so I'm hoping they all have the same type of quality that this one does. You may notice that I'm getting a little less smoke output now. I've got to puff it back up because I've been kind of lax on it. Just because that kind of burning tingling makes me want to slow down on this just a little bit. And that could be that I've had a few weak cigars lately that haven't had all this strength that this has. I did have a nicotine-rich cigar earlier today in the 601 Red Label. There we go. It's going good again. Anyways, stellar cigar. So, with that said, please add and subscribe. Leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. If you've smoked this cigar, please go ahead and feel free to leave comments, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. And just keep it nice. That's all I ask. And enjoy every puff.